Today you will be learning a little bit about knowledge sharing and its positive contribution to operations within multinational organizations. Topics such as international assignees, the matching theory, extrinsic and intrinsic motivations, and the use of enterprise social networking sites will be discussed. We welcome you to listen in. In the past years, the role of international assignees as carriers of knowledge across units of multinational corporations has become very popular. You can separate these knowledge carriers into traditional parent country nationals, third country nationals, and host country nationals. A parent country national is a person who is sent from the headquarters to a foreign subsidiary or an international assignment. A third country national is neither a citizen of the country in which the headquarters is located or a citizen of the country you got assigned to. In contrast to that, a host country national is an employee of an organization who is the citizen of a country in which the foreign subsidiary is located. Both parent country nationals as well as third country nationals are referred to as expatriates, while host country nationals are referred to as impatriates. Expatriates and impatriates do not only influence cross-unit knowledge transfer through their own direct and personal contact, but also by linking previously unconnected people and their knowledge across multinational company units. Knowledge transfer is most often seen as the main motive for relocating staff abroad. Therefore, there are many studies that investigate the extent to which having expatriates heading up specific functional areas is linked to knowledge transfer to and from headquarters in this area. Multinational companies represent globally widespread knowledge resources, which stresses the importance of valuable knowledge transfer from one unit to another for successful company performance. But how do expatriates provide benefits to the knowledge transfer of a multinational company? Expatriates and impatriates can either contribute directly or indirectly to knowledge transfer in a multinational company. Expatriates share headquarter culture, management practices, and other home country experiences with colleagues from their host country. In return, they gain task-related knowledge, which they can then implement into their way of working once they return back home. Direct knowledge transfer is important when the knowledge is complex and it requires mostly personal contact in order to understand both knowledge contexts. You talk about indirect knowledge transfer when expatriates act as a linkage between home and host unit and create an exchange between previously unconnected multinational company units. Moreover, through expatriates, the value of new information and knowledge is increasingly recognized by host units, and multinational companies tend to perform more successfully on international markets. As previously mentioned, becoming an expatriate has become increasingly popular. Depending on the industry they work in, people choose most often to go abroad to countries like Australia, New Zealand, Germany, the United States, and China. Another study we reviewed focused on the knowledge provider problem matches within a multinational engineering company. The idea behind this theory is that employees within an organization will allocate their finite attention to some problems but not to others. Knowledge sharing within international companies can take place in many ways in today's fast-paced, interconnected society. This may be done through online discussion forums, company intranets, expert yellow pages, and searchable document repositories. Specifically looking at discussion-based knowledge sharing within a company, the matching theory suggests that people will answer questions based on how much the content of the question matches their expertise, as well as the cost and benefits it will have. Providers who have expertise that closely match the problem may see greater benefits. The benefits may include receiving greater satisfaction from helping others, enhancing their reputation, or encouraging reciprocity. The opportunity costs are also lower for this type of matching. For example, people with expertise that match the focal problem will spend less time absorbing the knowledge and articulating the solution, in comparison to someone whose expertise does not match. The study controlled for variables such as proximity and familiarity in order to reduce bias. What they did discuss, however, were the characteristics of the problem and how it related to the attention allocation of the knowledge providers. The characteristics that were measured were length, breadth, and novelty. It was found that the more complex the problem was, the higher the inclination for employees to allocate their attention to the problem. But at a certain point, the problems are too complex for the employees' expertise, or they do not want to risk their reputation. Knowledge sharing is essential in today's business world, and there are many ways it can be done. The question is, how can an organization optimize a system where employees are motivated to share their knowledge and expertise? The matching theory should definitely be kept in mind. Researchers are confident that the ability to create and transfer knowledge internally is one of the main competitive advantages of multinational firms compared to their domestic counterparts. It should be recognized that there is a competitive potential of knowledge being used as a strategic resource. The internal knowledge transfer should be governed or influenced and directed through the deployment of governance mechanisms. In particular, governance by management should be conducted on the formal aspects of the organization, such as organization structure, information systems, standard operating procedures, accounting systems, and other coordination mechanisms. Human resource management practices can contribute to a sustained competitive advantage through the facilitation of competency developments that are firm-specific, produce complex social relationships, and generate organizational knowledge. The key issue is to understand why and how the deployment of specific human resource management practices may best facilitate knowledge transfer within multinational corporations. Human resource management practices should influence extrinsic motivation through performance-based rewards and recognition, financial support of degree-earning programs, and performance management. As well, intrinsic motivation through job design, flexible working arrangements, transfers, and career development. Economists have advised to run a firm as if it were a set of markets, which may mean rewarding employees according to their marginal productivity and relying on extrinsic rather than intrinsic motivation. Employees must be motivated to perform in a coordinated and goal-oriented way. For this purpose, managers must compare the benefits and the costs related to motivating employees intrinsically and extrinsically. Intrinsic motivation has great advantages in areas where price and markets play a minor role. The decision to rely on and enable intrinsic motivation depends strongly on the need to generate and transfer tactic knowledge. This knowledge is an important source for sustaining competitive advantage as demonstrated by the resource-based view of the firm. An important topic in relation to knowledge sharing is the use of enterprise social networking sites. These sites address challenges about geography, expert identification, and relationship development in order to provide greater network transparency. Interactions among members can be restricted by management in order to prevent inappropriate flow of information. Enterprise social networking sites provide affordances for large-scale knowledge sharing and are designed for work-related use among members to meet the specific needs of the organization. Affordances refer to the combination of a technology's features and the perception of the technology users. The same technology may provide different users with different affordances. Some important affordances include visibility, association, persistence, and the ability to edit. These provide users with the capacity to enhance knowledge sharing by creating greater awareness about others' activities and by articulating network connections. Knowledge sharing is important for both mechanical processes and social dynamics, such as individual exchanges, problem solving, team coordination, or large-scale brainstorming. Organizational knowledge sharing is the process of providing and receiving information and being aware that individuals will process knowledge to co-create individual and shared meanings. Enterprise social networking sites support socialization, which provides a foundation for many knowledge-sharing processes and better coordination overall. They allow team members to have access to quick communication opportunities about both task-related and social-related information. Within multinational organizations, an integrative approach is crucial in order to constrain, enable, and reshape knowledge sharing throughout organizations. To wrap up, sharing knowledge among your colleagues, your managers, and your superiors is crucial to the success of any multinational organization. We hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we hope that you share your knowledge with others from what you learned today.